All right, standing by here. This is the Listen Your Way post-game scoreboard show, and we want to thank you all for coming out here to the Black Diamond Grill. Standing by on the line, it is South Forsyth War Eagles head coach Jeff Arnette. Coach, are you standing by?
I'm here, buddy.
All right, well, we appreciate you being here. We got a crowd of War Eagle fans here, and it was a big win tonight. It was our Listen Your Way game of the week. Congratulations on the 56-19 win over the Woodland Wildcats.
Well, I appreciate it. It was definitely a great win. Boys are excited. Our fans are excited about being 2-0, and it's a good place to be right now.
Absolutely, you guys. You came out early and were able to just really get the offense cranking. And what was the biggest factor for you in the win tonight?
Well, like you said, I felt like our offense played really good. I think we scored on about every possession but 2 or 3. We were able to move the ball well. We moved the ball on the ground and on the air. And in the air, I felt like our offensive line, played really, really well. The drive that put us up 28-13, I think was real key. Our offensive line protected well, and Nick played great at quarterback. We made some big runs and catches. And I think that was a big point going into halftime of getting the momentum after those guys had really come back and made it a game.
And let's talk about the defense a little bit. How did you feel about the War Eagle defense tonight?
Well, other than about a 8-minute span there in the second quarter, I felt really good about them. Middle with the fullback in that second quarter, and we didn't really have an answer for it until we went into halftime and made some adjustments. They did a good job on their end, finding a place that they were hurting us with and sticking to it. I can't imagine how many yards that fullback had there in that second quarter, but on that I felt like we played well. Just other than that little span where they were hurting us with the fullback.
Well, Coach, we are here at the Black Diamond Grill, as we mentioned, and right now standing by, we got some fans, I think, that are gonna say hi to you. And also one of our announcers, Scott, is probably going to say hello as well, and might have a couple of questions for you. So hopefully you'll be able to hear him. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Coach, Scott here. How you doing?
Great, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Great win today. I called the play-by-play on it, and it was kind of amazing to watch from my angle. First question I have for you, and then I'll turn it over to some fans and even a couple of players that have some questions for you. So we're going to have some fun here tonight. But first question, you go up in the first quarter, 3 quarters. How do you keep your players focused?
Well, it was a great atmosphere early. Our kids, we talked about being excited on the sideline, and, I think we had a great crowd that was really into it, and we made some big plays early, and we jumped up. And to be honest with you, I felt like, when we had that big lead early, that I felt like we had a slight letdown on both sides of the ball. In that one period there, we had about an 8-minute period where we got stopped a couple of times on offense, and they moved the ball well on a couple of times on defense. But when it happens that quick, sometimes it's hard to keep you focused and keep that adrenaline going. And I think that we did have a small lull after that, 21-0 lead. But the great thing is that our kids showed a lot of maturity. We settled back down and then kind of came back with the score right before half. And then, we talked about it at halftime this week, just like we did last week, that, if we're going to be a good football team, we're going to have to come out after half and end the day. We did that this week just like we did last week, and I'm real proud of the kids for showing that maturity and doing that.
As well, you should be. You actually answered my second question. The second question was going to be about the 14 unanswered points that they were able to come back and score. So I'll go on to the third question, which is you go into halftime, or right before halftime, your defense makes a great play. The Woodland catches a pass near the end zone. Your defense forces a fumble, comes back and recovers it, keeps the score at 28-13 at the time. And so was your message at halftime, keep being opportunistic, and was the message really to come out and have a big play in the second half, have a big first drive, and kind of take the wind out of the sails?
It was, and it's just like we talked about last week. We came in at halftime. I got to be honest with you, I was a little upset because they had moved the ball so well on us there with the fullback. We made a couple adjustments in the second half with that. We gave them 3 different looks and mixed the look up, and I think that helped us. But, if we're going to be a good football team and we've got a 2-touchdown lead at halftime, we've got to come back out and end that game, push that score out, and not give them a chance to get completely back in the game. And that's what we did right off the bat when we come back out in the second half. Our offense did that for us, and I think from there, we really played well in that second half.
You really did. Well, great win today, Coach. We've got some questions, so I'm going to turn it over to them and see what they have to say.
Okay.
Coach Arnette, I just wanted to ask you about momentum swing did you drive right before the end of the half with like a seconds driving the length of the field was?
Well, you kind of come out in and out on me, but I think you asked, how big was the drive at the end of the half, and I think it was huge. I mean, when they had come back with their second touchdown and made it 21-13 with just a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go, we went into our 2-minute drill that we work a couple of times every week, and I felt like our offense executed that drill great. I think clock management was great, and, our receivers did and Brett did on the trap, but, a lot of credit's got to go right there to our offensive line. If you're in a 2-minute drill and you're throwing the ball and everybody knows you're throwing it, protection becomes a big challenge, and I just felt like the offensive line did a great job giving Nick time to make plays.
Hey, Coach, I see this is Travis again. I see a lot of nodding heads here, so a lot of agreement here with those sentiments. We have another parent here with a question for you.
Coach, I've seen these say it before. I've read it in the papers. Your senior class of leaders out there on the field, you obviously do a great job of pumping them up as the rest of the team, but you got something you'd like to say about that performance tonight?
Well, I tell you what, I can't take for our senior class. Those guys are just, they're a unique bunch of kids. There's not but 14 of them, but, they lead this football team, and anything I ask of, they make sure it happens. If we're having a slight down day at practice, or if we need something done in a game, and I challenge them, they all went through. That is definitely a plus for this football team.
All right, Coach, we've got a player here that has a question for you. You know him as Joe the Outlaw, or just call him Joe.
I call him Outlaw Josie Wells.
That's what I told them, but they didn't get that too much. But I was wondering, are you going to forgive your free safety for not stopping that 24-guard trap after them busting it so many times? From the backside?
Well, as I'm sure Joe's telling you, I was a little upset at halftime. But you know what, Joe, it's easy to forgive you for making a mistake when we went in 56 to whatever the score was. So, you are.
Uh-oh, Coach, you still there? I think we're getting a little interference on the phone line. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy. I sure am.
All right. Well, I think all is forgiven, Joe, so I think that's good news. All right, Coach Arnette, we appreciate you being here with us, and we're gonna ask you one last question here. Great win. You got a week off. You got a big county matchup coming up in 2 weeks. What are you guys going to do to get ready for Lambert? It's going to be a lot of excitement.
Well, there's definitely going to be some excitement. I really felt like there was a lot of excitement tonight. I was so happy with our crowd and just the enthusiasm, but it's a big game for us. There's no doubt about it. I mean, the thing about it, it's a big game because it's a rival, but even more than that, we're battling for a playoff position here. I mean, I think this game is going to be show a lot for our only a rival. It's definitely a game that could help us in the playoff picture.
Absolutely, Coach, and not to take away your moment of excitement for tonight, because that the stands were alive. There was electricity there at the stadium, and the team really brought their A game tonight. So congratulations, Coach.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right, Coach Arnette, we appreciate you for joining us here. We will talk with you again as we get ready for your next matchup in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, you got.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. We'll talk with you soon. That was Coach Jeff Arnette of the victorious South Forsyth War Eagles. Congratulations. 56-19 the final. And we're watching highlights here on the big screen at the Black Diamond Grill. We thank Coach Jeff Arnette for joining us. And we thank you for joining us here if you're watching us at listenyourway.com or if you're joining us here live at the Black Diamond Grill. We'll have highlights. You can listen to the game. The replay is online at listenyourway.com. And then join us for the Monday Morning Quarterback, the Listen Your Way Monday Morning Quarterback. It's a roundup of all the week's action, highlights of tonight's postgame scoreboard show, and a look ahead, the Andine Chevrolet look ahead. And at this time, I'd also like to thank the Black Diamond Grill for having us out here, for helping be a production partner of our show this year. Also, Big Frog Custom T-shirts incoming. Check them out. We got links to all our production partners at listenyourway.com. Big Frog can make a shirt for you. Go in, they can design it for you. If you have the art, they can print it for you. And they're great, great folks, so please check them out. Also, Talent Brothers Auto Parts. They are located in the north part of Forsyth County, and they can help you out for your automotive needs. So, all right, we're going to take a break here and play some more music on the Listen Your Way postgame scoreboard show. Catch up with some more scores and a whole lot more. Stick around. There's more to come at listenyourway.com.